Yes, man.
Uh, there we go. So have you heard of Stan Lee?
Ooh, no, man. Never
You
heard of him.
haven't. Okay, have you heard of Spider-Man or the Hulk or Iron
And now
Man?
the Marvel heroes, I heard those.
Okay, you've heard of those characters, right? So the
That's what I heard
gentleman,
of them.
you've heard of them, right? And the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. Who else? Avengers.
And that
So
Captain America, yeah, Wonder
Cap
Woman.
now Captain American and Wonder Woman are from DC Comics. But now the
All
other
right.
characters we mentioned are from Marvel Comics. So I wanted us to look at Stan Lee, who was the a creator at least, the creator of Marvel Comics. Some people take exception to that. Some people say that other folks really had a big hand, like Jack Kirby, in creating Marvel Comics. But I want to give credit where credit is due. So Stan Lee is the man. He is the man really behind Marvel Comics and characters like Iron Man. So
Okay.
we are, I think most people, right, love those movies. I love Iron Man, right? One, two,
Got
and three.
Superman. He a
Right.
Marvel hero.
What's that?
I think Superman, he won too.
No, Superman's a DC hero.
I mean,
We're
oh,
gonna talk about that. So before I share, let's get the screen back to normal. Okay, so DC Comics came first, Clarence. DC Comics
man.
came first. They had characters or have characters like Superman, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Flash. What are some other DC comic characters? I'm trying to think of some more. Batman, right?
Yeah.
DC Comics came first,
Like
and even
Flash and them.
Flash, exactly. Even though they're interesting characters, they're interesting. Stan Lee thought that, you know what, these characters could be so much better. Stan Lee thought that, these characters from the DC comic world, like Superman, are just too perfect. He said, for
Uh-huh.
real, right, a real person, even if they had superpowers, would still feel sad sometimes, right? He or she is gonna he or she is gonna get hungry. He or she is going to want to go shopping, right? He or she is gonna have a bad or will have a bad day, right? They're still people. So his comic book characters from Marvel are very different. They are not perfect. They're not cookie cutter. They mess up sometimes. All right, we can see that with some of the Marvel movies. All right, sometimes they have a too big of an ego, or they're too prideful, like Iron Man. They think they can do it all by themselves. So his comic book characters have layers, and it seems like a lot of people really like watching a superhero who is flawed, right? Who has problems and who has issues, because that's more like real life. So some of the characters we mentioned, right? The Hulk. Who else? Spider Man.
And
Who's that?
he's Incredible Hulk, Spider Man.
Spider Man. Who else? Who are some of the female characters? I'm trying to think. Oh, there's Jean Grey, right, from the X-Men. There's Storm. All these folks have problems, right, from his comic book. And it makes it really fun to read. You can see, like, wow, this person is going through something I might go through. So that's really something different for Marvel versus DC. So to be honest, I love Marvel comics. I will watch Batman, right? I think that's cool. And I like Superman too, but Marvel comics, something about those characters feel a little bit more, how can I say it? They feel like they're more three-dimensional, right? They have a lot more going on, and it's a good story, whether in the comic book or the movie form. So I wanted to show the, it's just a short, really remembrance of Stan Lee because he did die. He died, he was 95 when he died, and people from Marvel Comics who still work there uh, want to remember him or wanted to remember him.
Yes, man.
So bear with me. I have to see about sharing. I think I can do it. There we go. So this is a young Stan Lee, right? They'll start out when he's young, and then you'll get to see kind of how you've seen him before as an older gentleman. So this is Marvel. Comics Remembering the Legacy of Stan Lee.
Stan Lee. I've been writing stories for the young generation for the past 30 years. During this time, I think I've learned a lot about what young people think. More importantly, I think I've learned a lot about what young people are. We're going to try to present a voice that somebody will listen to. The voice is needed. We hope it will be ours.
Excelsior! Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Stan Lee. Stan was doing one of his panels, and they asked me to come up and just say hi to him. I felt a little goofy, but I came up, I shook his hand. I think the microphone caught it, but I whispered in his ear. I said, hey, they just wanted me to come up here and shake your hand, but while I'm up here, I want to say thank you. You saved my life. Because the life that I have today, there's a direct line to that first comic book to here.
Well, Stan's best creation was always Stan. As a creative figure is one thing. Stan as a personality